biryani ya nyama. Biryani ya nyama, nyama ni ya ng'ombe. So I want to show you how biryani is done. So I've already pre-boiled my meat, the beef meat already here. It's already pre-boiled. I like the meat on board. Napenda nyama ya mfupa. It's already boiled. I have some spices here. Some of the spices I'll be using. So I'll be showing you one of them. And so yeah, biryani. My biryani has waru, has potatoes, has nyama, and some spices over there. So since the meat is already boiled, I'll use these spices. I'll use the beef masala. I will use paprika. I will use then pilau masala. Then I will use tomato paste. I'll use the fresh tomato, and the green capsicum. Then I'll use maziwa lala, ona maziwa lala ndio nitatumia. Kisha I'll use ginger and garlic mince. Then there are cardamoms over here, fresh cardamoms. So then Royco cubes, 2 Royco cubes. So then potatoes, and then I'll make the rice. Then I do rice with the egg yellow. I give the rice a color of egg yellow. So I've already chopped my onions, small cubic onions, and then there are ring onions here. This one I'll use on the rice. Then I'll use this one to do the stew. Rojo nitatumia hii kutengeneza rojo ya biryani. Then kuna dania hapa. So bila kuharibu wakati, of course I'll use salt to taste, then black pepper, and then cooking oil. Good, fantastic. Then I'll be making my salsa, kachumbari. Then siongezi maji kwa biryani yangu. Natia supu ambao nimechemsha kutoka kwa nyama. I've already boiled the meat, so I'll use the broth, the soup over here, to make my gravy. Yani kutengeneza ile rojo, natumia supu ambao nimechemshia ile nyama. So bila kuharibu wakati, tunaanza kwanza kwa kubrown onions zetu, tuziweke tayari. Kisha tuanze kupika rojo, na tutaanza na potatoes ambazo bado hazijaiva. Kwa hivyo itachukua muda kidogo kwa ajili ya zive. Then tutaongeza hizi viungo vyote zive pamoja. So yeah, we set them aside very fast and very quick. We brown them very fast. This one, need to be very careful. You need to add now the ginger and garlic in there. Ginger and garlic. We give it some time, like 2 minutes to cook, or even 1 minute. That's good time now. Yeah, it's ready cooked. So the next thing I'll be doing is now adding the spices. I'll be adding the paprika right there. Then the next thing I'll be adding is the pilau masala. Just a little. Then the next thing I'll be adding is the beef masala. Just want the spices to cook together. That's the beef masala. Then I'll throw in some cardamoms, a few, then black pepper. Black pepper right there. Then the next thing I'll be adding is the tomato and capsicum in there. I want everything to cook together good taste. Then I'll be adding the potatoes right there. Then I'll stir. Then I'll stir everything. in a good mixture. I let it cook for some few minutes to get that, to let the tomatoes cook. Then the next thing I'll be doing is to add now the cubes, 2 beef cubes. Then I start. And I also want my biryani to taste really, to have a good taste of the beef and a very tender and soft beef. So I'll be adding the beef in there. Then I stir again. Away. Stir very nicely. Very nicely. So I let it cook now. Then I'll be adding the broth now after it's well cooked. I let it cook for some minutes now. Get ready. I can now be cooking my rice in a very hot water. I add oil, cooking oil, then salt to taste. Then I'll be adding the rice. Then I stir. Then I now let it boil. I let it boil now. So I'll be checking how far is the beef. Wow, a very nice paste. Very nice paste. Very nice one. Wow, this is good. This is good. So the next thing I'll be adding is the tomato paste. Just like a tablespoon of tomato paste. Let me add half of that. Then I stir. I let it cook. Then the next thing I'll be adding is the stew. From there, just a little to cook now. Then I'll come back and check and test whether the season is enough to add more. Yeah. Wow, a very nice paste. Very nice paste. Very nice one. Wow, this is good. This is good. So the next thing I'll be adding is the tomato paste. Just like a tablespoon of tomato paste. Let me add half of that. Then I stir. I let it cook. Then the next thing I'll be adding is the stew. From there, just a little to cook now. Then I'll come back and check and test whether the season is enough. Quick, as you can see, very nice thing. Checking. From there now, I'll need to add the maziwa mala now. I shake. And I add, not a lot. Then I stir again. Oh my God, this is good. I add a little of the stew. Just a little. Then I stir again. Then I let it cook now. So now I can test the season. and see whether everything is good. I can add a little of salt. Just a little bit of salt. This is nice. This is good. This is good. So I let it cook now. Then I can check my rice. This is doing well. This is doing well. I can cover the rice for some minutes. We can now be adding the food color in there, so that now it cooks with that. Then we'll be stirring later. That's enough. Now I can check how far is the biryani. Wow, I like this one. So good and thick. Smells so good. Ooh, almost ready. So now I can simmer on a very low heat. Even the rice now. So far so good now. I think my food is ready. So I'll be serving shortly. Thank you very much for watching. Try this and tell me how it tastes like. Thank you very much. That's my biryani. My rice is ready and I'll be serving shortly so you see how it looks like. Thank you. Aya, biryani tayari hiyo. Basi unaona vile inapendeza na katamu kweli. Pilipili hapo, kachumbari, alafu biryani yangu hapo tayari. Good.